Respected dear family members, my pranams to you. Whatever I have explained in Malayalam, in YouTube, many people have written to me saying that I should translate that into English also. Now our YouTube, Facebook and WhatsApp, these three tools are spreading the message given in Malayalam, but those messages are confined themselves into Malayalis or Keralites. So for creating a good awareness among all Indians and the people all over the world, all these messages given in Malayalam we are translating to English also. First I will be telling about Sri Vemula, who committed suicide from Hyderabad University. Due to some reason, whatever may be the reason, many people talked about it. Electronic media and news media, print media gave fantastic publicity. World over, India's name got denigrated, degraded, and finally nothing is heard now. You just think, when you are doing anti-national activities, people may be supporting you for some time. Media may be supporting it through making it news, including sensational, controversial news. But finally what happens? The person who commits suicide, he went away forever. His mother lost his son, her son. His brother also lost. Including Kejriwal, many people offered job, but nobody gave anything. So when you are doing anti-national activity or doing negative activities, maybe that people may be giving back their award vapasi or protesting, shouting, screaming. Finally, all the people, the so-called intellectuals and media will be going back to their job. Those who lost will be lost forever. Next point, just think. Now, what is happening for those who returned their awards? One person in Tamil Nadu, Chennai, then a press reporter called him and asked, "Why did you return your award?" He said, "I got the award 37 years ago. That award and memento are there in my home for the last 37 years. Nobody is bothering about it. But when I returned, fortunately my picture came in the newspaper and also TV, and I became a known person, then I returned. That is why I returned. I don't know why those people told me to return it." Sri Dr.N.T. Vasudevan Nair, Jnanapeedam award winner from Kerala, he said those who got award, they never returned the award, but those who took it, purchased it, they returned the award. The meaning is very clear. Those who got, they never returned it. Those who purchased it, they returned it. So for making a hue and cry and coming in the publicity in media, including PM Bhargava, a powerful leftist, and majority of the leftist, they returned the award. After 2-3 months, the Central Kendra Sahitya Academy office bearer said, according to our bylaw, we have got provision to give awards. We do not have any provision to take it back. If you want to take, you take it, otherwise we are going to dump it to the room. Remember, majority of the people took their award back, but that did not appear in the newspaper at all. So those who returned their awards, award vapasi, they did it only for publicity. Whatever happened during that, whatever is happening now, is continuously happening. The murder of two people, and nothing has happened about the enquiry of the murder of the people. If something would have happened, then their award returning would have some meaning in that. Nothing is happening. Now also beef issue is there, now also Dalit issue is there, but now nobody is returning, because now nobody will bother if you are returning your award. Next point, anti-national activities. Anti-national activities should be there in India. Please forgive me, you should conclude only after listening to my next message also. What is nationalism, what is patriotism? Indians will be knowing only when they see, they listen to anti-national activities. When the Indian soldiers got the stone throwing from Kashmiri youth, Indian soldiers got the punishment from Indians for protecting the boundary of India and protecting these Muslims from the Muslim terrorists, supporting the terrorism Kashmir youth threw the stones to the Indian soldiers. After watching that, my heart literally broke, and definitely sure that the patriots and the nationalists will cry if you are seeing that. So when and only when the Indians watch or listen the anti-national activity, I think then only they will think about the nationalism and patriotism. Next point, science and Indian heritage. Many people used to ask the question, why we should learn Indian scientific heritage. I was fortunate enough to get Doctor of Literature degree, the utmost degree. Only one Indian got a D.Litt. One scientist got D.Litt, not one Indian. One scientist got D.Litt after 1947. According to Rashtriya Samskrita Vidyapidam. Only one scientist has been given D.Litt after 1947. I did my research and published a book on Indian scientific heritage, and the government of India gave subsidy for that one also. And remember that three major points we should remember while learning and teaching Indian scientific heritage. When you learn and teach Indian scientific heritage, that will be giving you a sense of pride, a confidence about our motherland. First and the most important thing is that creating the sense of pride in the mind of the Indians. Second, inform the world that we have discovered, we have invented so many things. Jatyandara parinama prakritya purat. Evolution of the living being is the rule of the nature. It's discovered in India by Patanjali Maharshi. Vichi taranga nyayena shabdolpatti. The sound propagates as waves. Paramanu Ridhi Prokta Jnaninam Drishti Gojara. What we tell about Paramanu, atom, that can be understood only by scientists. Eka Samayecha Ubayana Navadharanam. It is impossible to perceive two complementary properties at a time. Nasado Vidyade Bhavo, Na Bhavo Vidyade Sadaha. Whatever is existing, it cannot be made non-existing. Whatever is non-existing, that cannot be made existing. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. And matter can be neither created nor be destroyed. Vasamsi jirnani yada vihaya navani grinnadi naroparani tada sharirani vihaya jirnani anyadi samyadi navani dehi. The message of that, if one form of energy or one form of matter changes, it will appear in another form. Beautifully it is given here. Fantastic science. Akrishti Shaktischa Mahidaya Yat Gastam Guru Swabhimugam Sachaktya Akrishyade Tat Patati Bhadi Same Samandat Kopatatyayam Ge. 500 years before Sir Isaac Newton, Bhaskaracharya too in Siddhanta Shiromani has explained about gravitational force. Spherical shape of earth Mrit Jala Shigi Vayumayo Bhugola Sarvato Vritta. AD 499, Aryabhata 1 wrote Aryabhatiya, in which it is given. He has also given the circumference. Shaku Vayu Kakshya Paridaha 3375 Yojana is the circumference of the Earth's air atmosphere. Nila Bhu Vyasaha 1050 Yojana is the diameter of the Earth. Pranaena iti Kalambuhu Brahmayati. The duration for one breath is 4 seconds. During that period, Earth rotates through 1 angular minute. Ba apakramo graham sha. The declination of Earth is 24 degree. According to modern science, 23 degree 56 minute angular minute. So we should tell the world that when before your people invented and discovered all those things, we have discovered it. For which we have to learn Indian scientific heritage. The third point of our learning Indian scientific heritage is utilizing for the modern period Ayurveda, Yoga, Sanskrit and music therapy, New Age therapy and musical instruments. Take for that matter variety of knowledge, food science, food items and Surya Namaskara. Many customs and rituals connected with mind, body, family, culture, society, nation. All these things we are getting from the knowledge existed in India. Now the modern science is started proving it. But before the modern science started coming to existence for the last 150 years, Indians knew it pretty well. Still some people want to denigrate India, saying that nothing existed in India. That is not their problem. It is the problem of their parents, who should never have given birth to such people who are denigrating India and Indian heritage. They should have planted some coconut tree or some other banana tree during the time of producing this type of anti-nationals, anti-heritage declarants. So remember that Indian heritage is to be usefully utilized for creating sense of pride without wrongly interpreting anything, for informing the world about our heritage and also for utilizing in the modern period all these things. Now next point is how these anti-nationals came into existence. Remember that for the last 60 years, Congress directly or with the support of other parties ruled India. They were looking only for their benefit, their chair and adoring one family, Nehru family. They wanted to get the support of the minority, so they kept quiet whatever the minority people were doing, are doing. Christians were lavishly converting Hindus into Christianity in the name of secularism and religious freedom. Muslims are bursting the bombs all over India, and the Congress kept silent because they wanted the support of Muslims and Christians. When you support anti-national activities, either today or tomorrow, it will become a problem which people or the rulers cannot stop it. As Sri Narendra Modi said, Pakistan is the breeding center of terrorism, epicenter of terrorism. Now Pakistan is in a position not to control terrorism at all. The bombs are bursting in Muslim mosques by the terrorists nurtured by the rulers of Pakistan. It would have happened in India also. Fortunately, later on changes were taking place, are taking place. So the control has come. Very rarely bomb explosion takes place in India. Of course in Jammu Kashmir it is taking place. Still some so-called intellectuals and so-called leftist intellectuals, they are screaming and shouting against India, Indian culture. In the previous Janma, they may be Ravanas or Kamsas or Hiranyakashipus. We can only console by that. Even their presence is needed. because then only people will be understanding what is meant by patriotism. Next question about, next point about Sanskrit. Many people used to say Sanskrit is a dead language. Don't think that. No language will die. After 2000 years, Hebrew language could be brought back by the Israelis. When they came together from world over, in 1960s and 50s, they came to Israel and their Hebrew language could be brought back. Even now in India we have got very many universities and deemed universities teaching Sanskrit. Hundreds of books are coming in Sanskrit and Sanskrit based literature. Sanskrit is powerfully a living language. Majority of the 22 languages of India, they are from Sanskrit or nurtured from Sanskrit, including Tamil. Tamil has got so many Sanskrit words. And you can see that any reformation or any type of renaissance, resurrection or renewal of any Indian language, I have used it so many English words, any language can be refined if and only if you use Sanskrit. Any Indian language can be refined using Sanskrit. Nowadays French and German people also started refining their language using Panini's Ashtadhyayi grammar book. So Sanskrit is not at all a dead language. It is the mind of some of the Indians which has become dead in appreciating good things. Next point is about Valentine's Day. What is meant by Valentine's Day? You know, Valentine was a pimp who used to connect beautiful girls with the soldiers who fought for their country. He was a broker in the modern language. And he started writing letters to the girls, trapping them. And finally he sent a letter to the daughter of the king also. The king came to know about it and he killed Valentine for writing a letter. And that has been taken as writing love letter and connecting the soldiers with the girls, like the brokers of the present day prostitutes. That Valentine got elevated as a Saint Valentine because during that period people thought that love means sex. Love making means sexual activity. So those who connect boys and girls, men and women, they interpreted it as a holy activity, and this fellow working as a prostitute broker, he was considered as the symbol of love and sex and kissing. So the youth started following them as Saint Valentine. I was teaching this to everybody, and luckily one of the Kerala Christian priest, he wrote in Kerala National Malayalam Daily Mathrubhumi that the holy family life between men and women, that has been recognized by the Christian community. So the men and women coming together, or boys and girls coming together, that has been taken as the holy activity or positive activity. That is the reason why Valentine has been declared as a saint. But remember that a broker of the prostitute can never become a saint, under whatever may be the rules and regulations the religion says. Thank you very much. My pranams to you.